Welcome to Sports on Pulse. My name is Nathaniel Atto. Now, the Africa Cup of Nations gets results. It's proven to be a platform that gives massive results, especially if you get playing time and are lucky enough to perform, especially at the highest level. That's the story of Jordan Ayew, who, after the Africa Cup of Nations and the showing, has signed a 3-year deal at Crystal Palace after a successful loan spell. Now, here with me to do the discussions in the studio is Joy Sports' Oreku Ampofo. Before that, however, we've got a report for you.
So Palace have confirmed the return of Jordan Ayew on a 3-year deal from Swansea. Ayew spent last season on loan at Selhurst Park, where he scored 1 goal in 20 appearances. In all, Ayew has scored 16 Premier League goals in 100 games.
I'm very happy. I really enjoyed myself here last season. The most important thing for me was to come back here and to continue my journey with Crystal Palace.
What did you enjoy last season at Palace?
Enjoyed everything. I enjoyed the stadium, I enjoyed the fans, I enjoyed the boys as well. They were really good to me, so everything was positive here. That's why I decided to continue with Crystal Palace.
Well, may not exactly be your loud and very charismatic individual, but sometimes gets the job done. That's the conviction that Crystal Palace has, the reason why they've signed the Ghana international on a 3-year deal. Now, Oreku, thank you very much for your time. Good to have you here in the studio. Any surprise at all that this was landed?
I think it was kind of expected, especially from Crystal Palace's point of view, because you do expect a side like Palace always to be involved in cut deals. Although they've had 50 million from Wan-Bissaka, they usually make their money from sales, so you don't expect them to go out and splash the cash on another striker. The striking department is a part of the field that they've been trying to improve over the past year. They brought in Jordan on loan last season to join Solot, who they already bought. They took in Michy Batshuayi on loan, and they already had Christian Benteke. Now, the situation wasn't really addressed in terms of scoring goals, as Benteke himself got 1 goal. Jordan just got 1 Premier League goal in 20 appearances. And Michy Batshuayi, who scored 5, has now returned to Chelsea. Solot didn't score 2. So it still required some freshening up. And throughout the season, Roy Hodgson rather deployed wingers, that's Zaha and Townsend up front, and sometimes played Michy Batshuayi. So I think if it was based on club performances and what Jordan did at Crystal Palace last season, he wouldn't have gone there. And I think that the 2 months that he spent in Egypt playing in the Africa Cup has put a big toll on this transfer move, and it has shown Crystal Palace that, look, he still has some potential in him. Maybe he needed some more time to settle. And after all, it's just 2.5 million that they bought him for. So it could be a bargain. And I think that's a second chance for Jordan to show the world what he's truly made of.
And the point I was coming to, Jordan now needs to, really push his game and back it up on the pitch and get the goals.
Yeah, I think so. He certainly needs to add some numbers because Batshuayi, who got 5 goals, the most by any striker in Crystal Palace, is now left to Chelsea. And of course, Benteke would not be used. Solot has not been trusted. So I think that he's been brought in to actually be the main focus of goals. And if Wilfred Zaha does leave the club to Arsenal, as has been reported, various rumors around that, then it does get more intense in terms of the pressure on Jordan, because Crystal Palace need to find goals. They do struggle to find goals throughout the season. And so I think that Jordan is a club that I think is his level in terms of, the amount of pressure that comes in from the media and the crowd. He scored 1 goal there and he wasn't bashed. He still managed to get 20 games. So I think that he needs to take it 1 step at a time and hopefully getting more time to work with Roy Hodgson would yield some more goals for the 27-year-old.
Well, let's see how it goes. And of course, at the end of the day, it also, like Ulrich said, depends on how he will be deployed on the pitch. Very, very important. A typical, Iniesta, Messi scenario where he needs that kind of backup that you're talking about. Otherwise, we'll just be running around in circles.
Yeah, I think that's what we usually saw last season. And he was playing in a role where he usually had to drift wide, spend most of his time on the wings, rather than being the central attacker and being the focal point. Jordan, as we saw, thrived in his best period in the Premier League with Swansea when he was playing as the lone man up top. And I think that that's something that Roy Hodgson has to look at. Playing Jordan up top and a creative midfielder behind him brings more out of him than rather shifting him wide and, you know, playing him far away from goal. So hopefully we do see him played in a better position and he does score some more goals.
Well, Oreku, thank you very much. A few weeks to go for the start of the season in the English Premier League, and of course we're looking forward to seeing what Jordan Ayew will be up to and whether there will be a massive improvement in his performance, especially after what we saw in the Africa Cup of Nations. Remember, there's a lot more sports content for you on the Major News Bulletin on JoyNews Prime, and also later this evening on the Football Show there will be more. Remember, there are many other angles to the story about Ghana's spend on the Africa Cup of Nations. These are stories that will continue. So follow us on the sports page of myjoyonline.com and also on Joy Sports GH on Instagram and Twitter. Joy Sports on Facebook for more. My name is Nathaniel Atto and I have love for sport.